to calculate a pip. I have realized that most of us, when it comes to setting a TP or stop loss, we always have difficulties. So today, I want us to quickly look at how we can calculate pips in order to help us set our TP and stop loss. So let's say we want to look at a pair like GBP USD. Okay, let's say we want to look at a pair like GBP USD. Let's assume the price of GBP USD is 1.12345. Now there are two types of price quotes. This is one. When it comes to price quotes, currencies that have JPY, they have their price quotes. So currencies that have JPY, they have their price quotes, and then currencies that do not have JPY too, they have their price quotes. So oftentimes currencies that do not have JPY, you will see quotes like 1.12345. So you will see 5 digits after the point. That is currencies that do not have JPY. You will always see 5 numbers after the point. But currencies that have JPY, some of them, for instance, when you look at GBP JPY, say GBP JPY, you will see a quote like 130.123. So you will see 3 digits after the point. So currencies that have JPY, you see 3 digits after the point. Okay, so this is what I want you to take note of. Now, let's take currencies that do not have JPY, okay, and look at the quotes. So let's say GBP USD, we have a price of 1.12345. So let's assume GBP USD, you want to buy or sell at this price. But before then, we will have to look at this quote we are seeing here. We need to look at what it stands for. I mean, what each digit stands for. That will help us to be able to do our calculation very well. Now, the last number you see, the 5th number here, is called the pipette. The 5th number here, you see, is called the pipette, which is just as in seconds. Okay, in seconds, when you have a watch or a clock or time, the seconds is more or less like the pipette. So if you want to look at the pipette equivalence, then you need to take the pipette as seconds. You know, 60 seconds will give you 1 minute. So the same way, when this 5th number here or figure here moves 10 times, then this figure here changes. The next one changes. The same way, when the figure reduces 10 times, then this figure here also will reduce. Okay, so let's say if this figure here, which is 5 here currently, when it moves to become 6, and then it goes on to become 7, then it continues to become 8, then it continues to become 9, and then when it gets to 10, when it's about to move to 10, this figure here will move and become 5. Then here becomes 0. Then it starts again, 1, 2, 3, and then it continues in that order. Do you get the scenario here? Good. So that is what I want you to take note of. The same way, when this figure here also moves 10 times, then the next figure here also move to become either 4, or when it reduces 10 times, then this figure here also reduces to 2. When it increases, then it means this figure here has moved 10 times. Is that okay? The same way, when this figure also moves 10 times, this one here moves and then becomes 3. When it reduces 10 times, this figure, when it reduces 10 times, then it means this figure here reduces and become 1. Do you get it? Exactly. So when the pipette increases 10 times, the next figure moves. So now we know this is pipette. What of the next figure? This is a pip. The 4th digit number after the point is a pip. All right. So if you want to know what a pip is, it is the fourth figure after the point. All right. After the point. So after this point over here, the fourth figure, which is this one, is the pip. Now, this pip you are seeing here is a pip as in ones. All right. It's a pip as in ones. A pip as ones. Okay. Because it's only a single digit on its own. So a pip as in ones. All right. So when this pip here moves from 4 and then becomes 5, then it means you have gotten 1 pip. It means the price has moved 1 pip. The same way when this figure 4 here moves and then reduces and becomes 3, it means that the price has moved downwards 1 pip. Do you get it? Right. So this is a pip as in ones. Now, then let's look at this number. So this is a pip as in tens. This is a pip as in tens. A pip as in tens. Now, when you are mentioning these figures, it will be in 2. So as in tens. So this will be 34. So that is a pip as in tens. So this will be 34 over here. A pip as in tens. Now this figure over here is a pip as in what? Hundreds. A pip as in hundreds. Because if you are to mention, this will be 234 pips. You get it? So that is a pip as in hundreds. And then the one over here is also a pip as in thousands. So if you are to mention all this, this will be 1,234 pips. So this is also a pip as in thousands. Is that okay? So we have a pip here as in ones, a pip here as in tens, a pip as in hundreds, and then we have a pip as in thousands. Do you get it? Now, let me hold on with this alone and then explain further. So let's say we are still on GBP USD. Don't forget, that is the price, GBP USD. Okay? This is the price of GBP USD. And then we want to buy at this price, which is 1.12345. This is the price at which we want to buy GBP USD. Now, when you buy, let's say you enter into the market at this price, instant execution, all right? Now, you ask yourself, how many pips are you looking for? You are buying, all right? So we are buying GBP USD at this price. You ask yourself, how many pips are you looking for? Are you looking for 50 pips, 10 pips, 5 pips? That will be up to you to decide. So let's assume we want, let's say 60 pips. We want 60 pips profit. Since you are buying, then it means what we want to mean is that this price will continue to increase. When this price continues to increase, then it means the price is moving up. Then it means you'll be in profit with your buy. All right. But if this price begins to reduce, then it means if you are in a buy trade, then it means it will be going against you. Do you get the scenario? So when you buy at this price and then it begins to move up, then it means you are in profit. But when this price begins to reduce, then it means you are in loss. All right. Okay, so let's continue. So we want 60 pips now as our TP because we are buying. Now, don't forget that this 60 pips here is in tens. All right. 60 is in tens. It's a double digit number. It's in tens. So when you come to the price here, ask yourself, which figure here is in tens? I think it is in this one. All right. This is in tens. So if you are looking for 60 pips, then it means if you are to calculate, the 60 pips will come below here. So 60. Because it must fall under the tens because the 60 pip is in tens. So you can now do your addition. Here you will add the 60 to the price because you are buying. So if you are buying, then all you want is the price to move up. So you will add the 60 to this price. So let's add the 60 to the price and see what we'll get. So this figure here, there's nothing under it. So the 5 will still come below here, which is the pipette. And then since we are adding, 4 plus 0 will still give us 4. And then 6 plus 3 will give us 9. There is no any figure here. So the figures here will come. So we're going to have 2. And then the 1 will come. Then the point will still come. Then we have our 1 here. So this price here becomes our TP of 60 pips. So if you buy at this price over here, then it means this will be your TP. Your TP will be 1.12945. That is how to calculate your TP, because you are doing what? You are buying. All right. Now, let's still continue at the same price again, 1.12345. Now, since we now have our TP of 60 pips, you ask yourself, what stop loss do you want to set? So stop loss, let's look at stop loss. All right. So what is going to be the stop loss that you want? Let's say you want to give it a stop loss of 40 pips. Okay. 40 pips. So if a stop loss of 40 pips, the 40 is also in tens. All right. As it is in tens, then it means the 40 will come under this. This is in tens. In terms of the pips, this is in tens. So the 40 will come here, 40. Now, because you are setting a stop loss and you are in a buy trade, when this price begins to reduce, then it means you are in loss. Is that okay? So if our stop loss is going to be 40, then it means we must subtract, because here the figures will be reducing. So you subtract the 40 here from this price, and then whatever you will get will be your TP. Now, your stop loss. Now there's no figure here, so the 5 will still come under here, 5. And then 0 minus 4 will give us 4. 4 minus 3, you cannot subtract because 4 is bigger than 3. Now, you come and borrow 1 from here. And don't forget, the one that you borrow from here will be in tens, because I've already told you that this will have to move 10 times before this figure will change. So this figure 1 you are coming to borrow from here is in tens. So when you come to add that 1 to this, it will become 13 because it's in tens. So it will be 13 over here. So 13 minus 4 will give us what? 9. Do you get it? Right. Now here is left with 1 because you took 1 from here to the 3 here. So here is left with 1. Since there are no figures here, the 1 will remain here, another 1 here, then 0.1. So this becomes your stop loss, 1.11945. This becomes your stop loss. So this is going to be your stop loss if you are buying GBP USD at this price. All right. Now, quickly, let's look at selling GBP USD at the same price. Okay. So here we are now selling GBP USD at the same price, 1.12345. And then we are selling GBP USD. Since you are selling, you are anticipating that the price will keep on reducing. So if the price is going to be reducing, then what TP are we looking for? Let's set a TP of, say, 60 pips again, right? Okay, now let me use three digits. Let me use 3 digits. Let's say our TP is going to be 120. Okay, so this is in hundreds. The TP we are looking for is in hundreds because 120 pips. So if the TP is in hundreds, then where will it be? This is in hundreds. So this is in hundreds. So the TP will fall over here. So you come and put your 120 over here. Then what will you do? Because these figures will keep on reducing, you have to subtract because you are selling. So your TP you are going to subtract. So there's no any figure here. So the 5 will still come. And then 0 minus 4 will still give us 4. 2 minus 3 will give us 1. 1 minus 2 will give us 1. There's no any figure here. So the remaining figures will come 1 and then 0.1. So this becomes your TP, 1.11145. This becomes your TP. So if you are to set your TP, if you are selling GBP USD, this becomes your TP. All right. Now, since we all understand this, let's set our stop loss. We are selling, okay? So let's set our stop loss. Now we are looking at our stop loss, all right? And we are still going with the same price, 1.12345. Now, since we are selling, if this price begins to go up, it means it is going against us because we are selling GBP USD. So when this price begins to move up, then it means it's going against us. So if that is the case, then we need to set our stop loss. So how many pips should we set? Let's say 50 pips stop loss. 50 pips stop loss. And 50 pips, that is in tens, all right? So that is in tens. The 50 pips is in tens. So this is in tens here. So the 50 will come here. 50 pips will come here. So what are we doing? Because when the price begins to move up, we are going to be in a loss because we are selling. Then it means we will have to add. Do you get the scenario? We are adding this 50 to this price because when the price move up, it is going against us because we are selling GBP USD. So how do we get our stop loss? Now, there's no any figure over here. So the 5 will still come. Then 0 plus 4 will give us 4. 5 plus 3 will give us 8. And then there are no figures here. So the 2 will come, the 1 will come, then the point, and then the 1. So this becomes our stop loss. So this becomes our stop loss. So our stop loss will be 1.12845. So this is how to set your stop loss if you are selling GBP USD at this price. This is just an example, all right? Now, let's look at currencies that have JPY. I told you that currencies that have JPY have different price codes. So what will be the codes for currencies that have JPY? So let's say GBP, BP, JPY. We have a price of 130.123. Okay. So let's assume this is the price of GBP JPY. 130.123. So let's see. 130.123 is the price of GBP JPY. And then what are we doing? Let's say we want to buy. Let's buy. Now, before we even buy, let me explain the price you see here. Now, with GBP USD or prices that have 5 digits after the point, you knew that the 5th number is the pipette. So with prices like this, the 3rd number is the pipette. The 3rd number is the pipette, which I told you is just like in seconds. If you are equating it to a watch or time, this is seconds, all right? So that is the pipette, all right? And then this is the pip. And this is going to be a pip as in ones, all right? And then the next one will be a pip as in tens, okay? And then the next figure here will be a pip as in hundreds, all right? Then this will be a pip as in what? Thousands. And then it continues as in 10,000s, all right? So this is a pip over here, as in ones, as in tens, as in thousands, as in 10,000s, as in 100,000s. So this is how it's going to be like. Now that you know that this is a pip and this is a pipette, let's quickly go on with our calculation. So let's say we are buying GBP JPY at this price, and we are looking for how many pips? Should we go for 120 pips? Okay, let's go for 120 pips. We are buying GBP JPY, and we want a TP of 120 pips. All right. Now, this 120 you are seeing here is in what? Hundreds, right? It's in hundreds. So the 120 will fall here. 120. So there's nothing here. So 3 will come here. Here we are asking the price to go up. So we are adding. Don't forget. We are adding because we are buying. So we are anticipating that the price will go up. So 3 here. 2 plus 0 will give us 2. 2 plus 1 will give us 3, and then point, and then 1 plus 0 will give us 1, and then there's nothing here anymore, so there will be the 3 here, and then the 1. So our TP will become 131.323. 131.323. That becomes our TP of 120 pips. Do you get it? Always forget about the point over there. Don't put it in consideration when you are doing the calculation, all right? But you always bring it here where it is needed, all right? So that is how to get your TP if you are trading currencies that have the JPY, setting your TP. Now let's look at stop loss. We are still buying at the same price, 130.123. And then we want a stop loss of
Hey everyone, let me tell you about Nemo Money, a game-changing stock trading app that makes investing simple and
let's say 40. Okay. Okay, we want a stop loss of 40. And since we are buying, the prices will go up. But if the price begins to go down, then it means that it is going against us. Do you get it? Good. So what do we do? The 40 here is in tens. So where do you think we can put it? We'll put it here. This is in tens. So the best is to put the 40 over here. And because when the price begins to go down, it is going against us. It means this price will begin to reduce. When this price begins to reduce, it means it's going against us. So what do? We will subtract. Do you get it? We will subtract. Now this 3 here, there's nothing there. So the 3 will still come. 0 minus 2 will still be 2. Okay. Now 4 minus 1. 4 is bigger than 1. So we cannot subtract. So we have to come and borrow 1 from here. But here is also 0. So you can't go and take 1 from 0. But don't forget, the one that we are borrowing from here is going to be in tens. But since we can't borrow 1 from here, what we'll do is that we'll rather come and borrow 1 from here. So we'll borrow 1 from here, and then we add it to this 0 here. So this 0 here becomes 10. Do you get it? This 0 becomes 10 now. Now, this 0 is now 10. Then we can borrow 1 from here, this 10 over here, and then bring it forward to this place. So here will now become 11. So 11 here, 4 minus 11 will give us 9. And then point. Don't forget, here was 10 before we took 1 here. So here is now left with what? 9. Do you get a scenario? Good. Then don't forget, here was 3 and we took 1 to this 0 to make it 10. So the 3 here is now left with what? 2. So 2. And then 1 here because there's nothing here. So your stop loss is going to be 129.923. This becomes your stop loss if you are about to set a stop loss. I pray that you understand this calculation. I'm trying my best to give you the best explanation I can in terms of setting your TP and then stop loss. All right. So let's continue. If you like what you are seeing, there will be more of these videos. So please subscribe to this channel immediately. Subscribe because we have more tutorial videos and more forecasts and other things on Forex that we will be coming your way with. So subscribe to this channel immediately. So let's continue. Now, we have just done that of a buy in terms of GBP, JPY. I mean currencies that have JPY. Let's do a sell and see. So we are still selling GBP, JPY at the same price. 130, 1, 2, 3. So we are selling. And then how many pips are we looking for? Let's make it, let's say this time we are looking for 115 pips. I want to keep changing the figures so that the calculation will become perfect so that you get it well. So let's say you want 115 pips. Now this 115 pips is in what? Hundreds. So what do you think we'll do? When you look at this chart here, this is going to be in hundreds. So that is where we'll put the 115. 115. Then we will do what? Since we are selling, we are praying that this price will begin to reduce. So when the price begins to reduce, then it means we are in profit. So we setting our TP, we are going to subtract because we are praying the price will reduce. So we have to do what? Subtract to get our TP. So there's nothing here. So the 3 will still come down here. Now 5 minus 2. 5 is bigger than 2, so we cannot subtract. We have to come and borrow 1 from here. So when we borrow 1 from here, don't forget that 1 is in 10. So we'll put it here. Here becomes 12. 12, you subtract 5 from it. What will you get? You will get 7. You get 7. Now here was 1. And then we took the 1 from here. So here is now left with what? 0. There is nothing here. 0. Now 1 minus 0, you cannot subtract. So what you have to come and do is to come and borrow 1 from here. But here is also 0. So you still can't borrow from there. So you rather have to come and borrow from here. So when you borrow 1 from here, you add it to this figure. Here becomes 10. Now from this 10, you move 1 from here. Don't forget here is now 0. So you move 1 to this place. Here now become 10. When you subtract 1 from 10, you will get 9. Do you get it? Then the point will come. And then since here was 10 before we moved 1 to this place, here becomes 9. Here is now left with 9. So when you subtract 1 from 9, you get 8. And then here was 3 when we took the 1 and we passed it on. So here is now left with what? 2. So 2. And then the 1. So we are going to get 128.973 as our TP. This becomes our TP. So this will be our TP, 128.973. Now, if you have understood this, let's do the stop loss and then end this video. Now the stop loss is going to be the same price, 130.123. So the stop loss, let's say we want 70 pips as stop loss. Okay, and this is in tens. So what do? This is in tens here. So we put the 70 here, 7 here, and then the 0 here. So let's do, now we are selling. So when the price moves up, it means it's going against us. Do you get it? So what do? If we want to set our stop loss, it means we'll add, because when the price begins to move up, when these prices begin to increase, then it means it will be going against us. So we add to get our stop loss. So there's nothing here, so the 3 will come. Now 0 minus 2, we are adding, so there's nothing here, the 3 will come. Then 0 plus 2 will give us 2. 7 plus 1 will give us 8. And then the point will still come. Here is 0, there's nothing here. There's nothing all over here. So those figures will come. The 0 is here, the 3 is here, the 1 is here. So your stop loss will now be 130.823. This becomes your stop loss. I hope you have understood this calculation. Go over this, and then if you have any question you want to ask us, if you have any question, please, you can write your question under this video